Exodus chapter 22. And if any should steal a calf or a sheep, and should slay it, or should sell it, he shall pay 5 calves for the calf, and 4 sheep for the sheep. And if the thief should be found in the ditch, and being struck should die, it is not murder to him striking. But if the sun should rise upon him, he is liable, he shall die for it. And if there be no possessions to him, let him be sold for the theft. And if anything should be left, and should be found in his hand from the theft, from both donkey unto sheep, which may be living, he shall pay double for it. And if any should graze upon a field or a vineyard, and should let his cattle graze upon another field, he shall pay from out of his field according to his produce. But if all the field should be grazed upon, he shall pay from his best field and from his best vineyard. And if a fire going forth should find thorn bushes, and should set on fire a threshing floor, or ears of wheat, or a field, the one burning with the fire shall pay. And if any should give to his neighbor silver, or items to guard, and it should be stolen from out of the house of the man, if the one stealing should be found, he shall pay double. But if the one stealing should not be found, the master of the house shall come forward before God, and shall swear by an oath that assuredly he did not do wickedly regarding all that was in deposit for the care of his neighbor. According to every particular offense, concerning both calf and beast of burden, and sheep and garment, and every destruction being accused, the one who then should be before God, when the judgment of both shall come, then the one convicted by God shall pay double to his neighbor. And if any should give to the neighbor a beast of burden, or a calf, or sheep, or any cattle to guard, and it should break or come to an end, or become captive, and no one should know, then there shall be an oath of God between both, swearing that assuredly he had not done wickedly to partake altogether of the deposit put in care by his neighbor. And thus his owner shall receive him favorably, and he shall not pay. And if it be stolen from him, he shall pay the owner of it. And if it should be taken by wild beasts, he shall lead him to the game, and he shall not pay. And if anyone should ask to borrow from his neighbor, and it should break or die, or become captive, and the owner of it should not be with it, he shall pay. But if its owner should be with it, he shall not pay. But if a hireling should be with it, it will be to him for his wage. And if any should beguile a virgin not betrothed, and should go to bed with her, he shall endow her to himself as a wife with a dowry. But if in shaking he shakes his head in dissent, and her father should not be willing to give her to him as wife, he shall pay to the father silver according to as much as is the dowry of the virgins. Administrators of potions you shall not procure. Everyone going to bed with a beast, to death you shall kill him. The one sacrificing to gods shall be utterly destroyed, except to the Lord alone. And you shall not maltreat a foreigner, nor should you afflict him, for you were foreigners in the land of Egypt. Every widow and orphan you shall not maltreat. And if you should maltreat them, and crying out they should yell out to me, in hearing I shall listen to their yell, and I shall be provoked to anger with rage, and I will kill you by the sword, and your wives will be widows, and your children orphans. And if money should be lent with interest to the brother destitute close to you, you shall not be coercing him. You shall not place interests upon him. And if for collateral you should take for security the cloak of your neighbor, before the descent of the sun you shall give it back to him, for this is his wraparound garment. This alone is his cloak for indecency. In what manner shall he go to bed? If then he should yell out to me, I will listen to him, for I am merciful. You shall not speak evil of magistrates, and you shall not speak wickedly of rulers of your people. You shall not be late of your firstfruits of the threshing floor and wine vat. Your firstborn son you shall give to me. So shall you do with your calf and your sheep and your beast of burden. 7 days it shall be under the mother, but in the 8th day you shall give it back to me. And you shall be holy men to me. And meat in a field taken by wild beasts you shall not eat. Throw it away to the dogs.